Welcome back. It is the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM, and it's time to have a look at the Great Flinders Netball Association with Alex Stratford. Great to speak with you. Alex, how are you this Friday?
I'm good, thank you.
That's good to hear. Now, I know you were in Adelaide for Country Champs last weekend. Can we just get a quick wrap-up of Country Champs before we get into the Round 7 action from a fortnight ago from the Great Flinders point of view?
Yeah, so firstly, I'd like to mention that we actually had a mother-daughter combo in our A grade with
How good.
Stacey and Maisie Curtis. So I'm not sure who the last mother-daughter combination could have been, but yeah, it was really good to be a witness of that combination and both playing in the goals together. And yeah, so it was good to see. Our 13 and under team, they defeated Barossa Light coming from a 7-goal deficit in the first final. So they won by 1 in the dying seconds, which was really exciting for them. They played Adelaide Plains in the second semi and unfortunately they lost by 3. So that was their weekend done on the Monday. They got the furthest of all association, so that's a big congratulations to them. 15 and unders, they had a ripper day too. They went through unbeaten, but in the first final they lost by 6, unfortunately. And the 17 and unders, we were in Pool C, so we played the same teams on the Saturday and the Sunday. So coming the Monday, where our final, we were playing Whyalla for the 3rd time. Unfortunately, we lost by 13, so a bit of a bigger margin than we would have liked. But yeah, it's a big weekend for the girls. And A grade, they play their final on the Sunday and they lost to Great Southern, unfortunately. So big thank you to all the coaches, umpires, manageresses, scorers, trainers, parents who all played a part in a huge weekend for our association. And a big thank you to our sponsors who make the weekend able to happen.
All right, very good stuff. Sounds like it was a great weekend for the Great Flinders girls and especially the mother-daughter combo in the goal circle. That is a sensational story to come out of the weekend. And if we go back one weekend prior, it was round 7 in Great Flinders Netball, and there were a couple of interesting results here. Let's start off with Tumby Bay staying undefeated but suffering a draw, so their first non-win of the season, but a draw against Cummins Kapini. So an interesting result between two of the heavyweights here.
Yeah, absolutely. We also had a big significant one there with Carly Dunn playing a 250th A-grade game. She debuted at 14 years old in 2003. So
Wow.
Very exciting to be able to play that one with her. Yeah, definitely a top of the table clash for that one that didn't disappoint. I'm sure Carly will remember that score forever for our 250th game. It was a very warm game and the ball was spent a lot going back and forth through that mid-court. So kudos to the mid-courters who worked very hard. Brooke Nisbet from Cougars, she got the incentive. She played a very strong game, very good decision-making and valued the ball very well. So Tumby were up by about 4 or 5 at the final break, but just couldn't capitalise in that last quarter. So, yeah, plenty to work on, and I'm sure we'll both come out firing this week.
All right, a rare draw between two of the best teams in the comp. And it was another tight game between Elliston Districts and the Ramblers. Elliston Districts winning 43-41, but very good effort there by the Ramblers.
Yeah, Ramblers were up by 2 in the first quarter, so I think Elliston just had to come back firing, and they obviously worked really hard to change that margin around. Michaela Richardson, she was an injury during that game, so I'm not sure if it's a niggle or, yeah, she couldn't head over to Country Champs this weekend's gone. But yeah, Ramblers as a whole shot very well and played a very strong game. Jessica Sampson for Elliston played a variety of positions, so she took home the incentive there.
And United Yolana in the last game of the round went down to Lock 64-48.
It was a big margin in the end, but the margin was only 4 by the end of the third quarter, so Lock just absolutely took it and ran during the last quarter. United Yolana worked well, unfortunately they just dropped off the intensity there. Lucy Wilkes, she had a great game for Yolana, and for Lock, Keely and Kiara just shot really well. Jordan Sladden had a quarter on, so I think Lock has got a few players going away soon, so Jordy might have more quarters in the next coming weeks.
Looking forward to this weekend, tomorrow's games at Cummins Complex. It is the Ramblers and Tumby Bay. Both sides very close to scoring wins last week or 2 weeks ago, but they'll be extra keen to get a win on the board tomorrow.
Yeah, so Tumby's back at Cummins again. The question that lingers on my mind is, will Michaela Richardson and Regan O'Brien play? They both pulled out of Country Champs last weekend, so Whether they had niggly injuries or injuries to sit on the sidelines for a week, we have not heard. But I know that Summer Cave, she'll be on young Bella Agars, who will be representing the state team this year. So congratulations to young Bella. Rounders will potentially have Lacey Manane on the wing on Marty Masson. But if they're missing Michaela Richardson, they might need to put Lacey into the ring as a shooter.
All right, should be a great game there. One of the other exciting games this weekend is United Yolana taking on Elliston Districts at Carcoog. Home game for United Yolana, and Elliston Districts no doubt will be keen to get a better result than that narrow win last week.
Yes, I know that Elliston are facing a bit of sickness at the moment, so we're not sure who might be in for them. Claire Daniel for Elliston had a tough fall in Adelaide on day one of country champ. She landed on her elbow, but the Women's and Children's Hospital said there were no breaks, but it did look very swollen. So we're not sure how she might pull up this week. But on the other hand, United Yolana's Maya Glover, she could go anywhere for Yolana. She proved that over the weekend in Adelaide. So I think if Elliston might be a bit depleted, Yolana has a good opportunity to capitalise and maybe take home the win.
And in our last game of the round at Kapini, it is Cummins Kapini hosting Ayr United.
Yeah, so the location changed for this one. It was scheduled to be at Kispini, but there was no rain and the footy field would have been a bit too hard to play on. So we've moved it to Angara. Hannah Brady, she'll be pretty dangerous if she's on her accuracy. She's one to watch, but I'm sure Melinda Baldefura will try and wear her down early in that game if she's at the goal defence position. Tara Millard and India Van Dorn will also be another good matchup. Cougars were quite impressive against Tumby before the long weekend, so I think they might be ready to get back on the winners list if they pounce early enough to United.
All right, thank you for pulling me up on that change of location there, Alex, and thank you for coming in and giving us that preview of all of this weekend's action. Some great games on the cards in Great Flinders Netball. Good luck to you if you are playing. Alex, good luck to you and have a great weekend. We'll chat to you next Friday.
Thanks, Dan. Talk then.